Welcome back to our extended coverage on the New South Wales bushfire emergency. Here's what we know this hour. An emergency warning has been issued for Springwood in the Blue Mountains after a fire burning there flared again. People in the area around Chapman Parade and Gross Road should be aware of burning embers. This bushfire emergency has already claimed the life of a 63-year-old man killed at Lake Munmora. In the last hour, the fire burning at Wyong was downgraded to a watch and act, but it's once again been upgraded to an emergency warning. There are currently 27 uncontained blazes burning across the state. This includes fires still burning at Heatherbrae, Muswellbrook and in the Southern Highlands. There are more than 1,500 firefighters battling this bushfire emergency. These pictures are just in from the 7 News chopper showing the fire burning at Springwood. An emergency warning is in place as the blaze burns out of control. The fire is flaring on the west to a ridge top and it's moving very quickly towards properties on Chapman Parade and Gross Road. You're looking at live pictures from the 7 News chopper. Embers and spot fires are moving ahead of the main front. That's what people have to be very careful about. Springwood High School students are being evacuated to Falconbridge Public School, but there are concerns they may not be able to stay there for very long too. So let's go for the very latest to emergency services at RFS headquarters, and I'm joined by Deputy Commissioner Rob Rogers from the Rural Fire Service. Good afternoon, Deputy Commissioner. Please tell us what is the latest on that blaze burning at Springwood.
Look, it's that Chapman Parade is actually Falconbridge, so it's come around the back of that area, throwing a lot of embers. Look, there was initially about those school kids being moved. Now they're saying they may leave them where they are because it might be safer. So it's obviously a very fluid situation. Those people in that area need to be aware. I've been speaking all morning. My concern that people are starting to become complacent because they think the fire emergency is past, because this morning it was quite benign. The day is warming up. The fires are becoming more active. People need to be very, very vigilant. This emergency is far from being over. The other thing of note, Mount Victoria, the Great Western Highway is now closed again. Fire has jumped that road. That fire that you mentioned in the Catherine Hill Bay area, it is threatening properties in the Chain Valley Bay area. It's jumped a road. Our advice to people there is it's too late to leave. Shelter in place and prepare to defend your property.
Now, what are you telling parents of the students at the high school in Springwood?
Look, the students are safe. They're quite comfortable that they're in a safe spot. There was talk of moving them as a precaution, but look, sometimes it's better off to leave them where they are. The people on the ground are making those decisions, and look, that may change very quickly. It's a very dynamic environment we're finding ourselves in again. Obviously not as bad as yesterday, but considering how much fire we've got, we're going to be in for a difficult afternoon again.
Are we aware of any other fatalities? We've heard of the sad loss of one man earlier today. Are you aware of any more?
Yeah, my understanding, that person was yesterday afternoon. That person passed away at Lake Munmora. Look, we have no information yet, but crews are starting to go through the homes that have been lost in that Blue Mountains area. Obviously our concern is if there was anybody still in any of those homes that were burnt. And that job is, that painstaking, very important job is being undertaken as we speak. And as soon as we, of course, get information, we'll be releasing that information, as well as numbers of homes lost, because we just don't have a number at the moment. We know, being realistic, we know we're looking at potentially a couple of hundred. So that's the sort of thing we're bracing ourselves for.
Now, I just want to return to Springwood High School. Are parents allowed to go and pick up their children from that school if they want to?
Look, there will be limited access, I think, along that Chapman Parade. Police will be on duty in that location, so I think they should contact the school first before just simply going and arriving, because I think the last thing they can do is just have every parent. My understanding is there is no danger to those school kids, and I've got to tell you, no matter what it takes, we'd protect the school kids. We're not about to obviously let them come to harm. So we would that would be the last people
Sure.
that we would.
But you can understand the concern of the parents.
I
yeah.
can, but people like fire authorities would treat those children like their own.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they treat everyone that way. And we're very, very proud and grateful for that. Now, the Wyong blaze has been upgraded again. What are conditions like there?
Well, look, it's the part that we were most concerned about originally was the easternmost part of that fire, where it went into Catherine Valley Bay itself. Now, we had another home lost there this morning, but that's not so bad. It's the other end of the fire now that's broken containment, and that's where it's burning towards Chain Valley Bay and threatening those properties. And our advice to people is to remain in place. It's too late to leave. So defend your property and obviously just look after your own safety. Talk to firefighters. We have firefighters in the area, but there is no simple solution. The fire's coming.
Now, are any people allowed back into their homes in the areas that have been damaged, or are you still trying to keep them away?
Well, if it's areas that we have not yet gone through and surveyed, then I believe that in most cases they may well be getting kept out by police, and that's simply because we need to confirm that A, it's safe, and B, that there is no fatalities in that street. We can't be letting people back into streets where people potentially have perished. So we've got to clear those streets and make sure that everything's okay. And then obviously, look, we've been in discussions constantly with the police. We know, and police are fully aware of how important it is to let people back into their homes, and we're moving as quickly as we possibly can.
So heed the warnings of police. Now, we're hearing reports of ash and smoke in Mittagong. How dangerous is the situation there?
Well, look, there's a big fire down there south of Bargo. That fire burnt yesterday below that Bargo area, jumped the Hume Highway, burnt some kilometres. It's still a very active fire, and obviously we're quite concerned about that today, just simply from the size of it. It could well affect property, but it also could affect the Hume Highway again, as well as other roads in that area. So it's another fire of concern. So we just have to wait that out, and people need to stay informed.
All right, and thank you very much for keeping us so informed. What's the story with evacuation centres? Are there any more opening up for people today?
I don't have any information about new ones, apart from the existing ones that have been there, but of course those things will be posted as quickly as we can.
Deputy Commissioner Rob Rogers, we really appreciate your time and your advice. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.